All right, this is Ontario Police engaging in surveillance. They are monitoring on this device right here. This is the podcast that is being uploaded on Starbucks Wi-Fi. This is the Ontario Police in the specific environment engaging in federal stalking. This is the people of the state. These are the demons that are pacing. Hold on, let me back up. What they're doing at Starbucks at 507 while the fake sun sat over here for 12 hours. Ontario Police are gang stalking at 506 North Euclid Avenue. While the podcast is uploading in real time on the venue of the internet, they're engaged in federal stalking under Title 18, impossible light moving across 520 West G Street, and impossible light moving across the building. And this is a demon in a police vehicle. This is representing Mike LORENZ, who is indeed monitoring my vagina. Relevant to gang stalking by the Ontario International Airport, Alan D. Wapner, who is indeed monitoring my vagina, and aware of the fact that I'm documenting them, putting it on the internet, that they are monitoring my vagina as corrupt public officials. And that's speaking to the gang stalking of the Ontario Police. C. Hazelwood is a gang stalking police officer. He's going to federal prison. He was committing kidnapping while monitoring, like the Ontario Police Department are. This is where the entity is keeping the fake sun, as I documented, from 6:33 in the morning until after 7 in the evening, where the demons are inside of Starbucks monitoring even right now, where this is the ominous stalking at night, stalking in the path with light. And this is a demon that's in a police vehicle. This is P.O.C. The entity is engaged in what is idling the internet. This is 5%, and this is supposed to be a terrorizing threat. It's going to be, it's reasonably construed as such, but this is what the demons do when I'm uploading evidence about them onto the venue of the internet. This is the entity where I'm showing you stalking by the Ontario International Airport. There's no airplanes taking off here. The entity is gang stalking by helicopter day and night. I've documented all that. The entity keeping the fake sun right here, rising and setting right here, where the Ontario Police are gang stalking and communicating an unlawful threat. All the gang stalkers of the gang members of the Ontario Police, they're going to federal prison, as I document them on video, going under the fake sun and an engineer light. And this is the criminal activity that they're engaged in, and this is facilitation. The people of the state are all stalking. All right, they're all monitoring with the government, who are demons as well. Okay, this is P.O.C. This is the entity that's engaged in what is stalking me. And doing so while they are witnessing me document them in real time. And you're not going to engage in kidnapping the whistleblower. You're not going to engage in psychologically torturing a federal prosecutor. You're going to federal prison for that. And this is the removal of the demons who are engaged in domestic terrorism. They are demon possessed. They're violent sex offenders, monitoring my vagina in the bathrooms throughout the city of Ontario, where the entity is engaged in what is surveillance. Tracy Banks summoned the Ontario Police Department committing kidnapping on May 29, 2025. She's going to federal prison, and so is Nathan Morgan, B. Hook, C. Torres, and L. Martinez. They're all going to federal prison. This is the department that's engaged in what is gang stalking. All right, this is going to be uploaded. The entity is idling the internet activity. This is federal stalking. The slow upload is relevant to what is light activity, relevant positioning, and this is surveillance in the path. And it's not a coincidence that I'm uploading evidence about the Ontario Police, about the city of Ontario, about gang stalking, about the people of the state, while the demons, the gang members of the Ontario Police, just stalk in the path while I'm here, and they're maintaining presence and doing so while they are hostile to this going on the internet. The Ontario Police Department is being disbanded, and it's because of the open exposition of mental illness. This is a security threat, all right? This is being removed from, this isn't law enforcement, this is stalking. That's P.O.C. All right, and this is years of documentation of kidnapping and stalking by the demons that want to be mistaken as police officers. They are going to be disbanded, and they are going to federal prison. This is the spirit of Satan, specifically a Jezebel spirit. This is a psychopath that's representing the gang conduct of the entirety of the Ontario Police Department, the city of Ontario that's gang stalking, the state of California that's gang stalking. Okay, pay attention to the YouTube channel today that is posted online. They are engaging in the P.O.C. while publishing what is the pattern of conduct on the website, and the entity that is, again, specific knowledge about who I am while using the speaker to stake my name. That's how you know that they're targeting. You also know that they're targeting because it's in the specific environment. It is currently 11:39 p.m. That's the entity that's engaging in the P.O.C. Surrounding with the entity that's engaging in what is this audible activity. This is relevant to what is an unlawful threat while you are engaging in what is exposing the pattern of conduct putting on the internet. That's the demons that are stalking in the path. That's engineer light across the building. License 1680783.
How are you?
This is mental illness. This is mental illness. This is called stalking with light. And they're monitoring on the internet right now. This is in the middle of the night, stalking me where I'm going and engaging in what is surrounding with impossible light activity. This is demons who are monitoring, and it's also a threat while they engage in a pattern of kidnapping because they are being exposed as gang stalkers. P.O.C. I'm going to continue uploading, and this is the entity that's stalking me on an ongoing basis. Impossible light while that demon crosses path. That's the voice of Corey Watson. He's going to federal prison. You already know that he's kidnapping on June 16, 2025. That's vehicle 1109. That's vehicle 1109. Gang stalking with the people of the state. They're monitoring together. This is their obsession with me. That's light activity. That's a demon. 1680783. He's going to federal prison. Corey Watson's an afterthought. He's going to federal prison. License plate 1688792. He's going to federal prison. These are the demons that are hostile because they're being exposed as sex offenders. Mike LORENZ is monitoring my vagina with these demon-possessed gang stalkers that are using surveillance. Their hours on the job stalking me all night long. These are demons that are stalking in impossible light and during the day under the fake sun. He's going to federal prison. So is his partner. All of this time wasted on me, gassing up gas tanks, gassing up helicopters, stalking me and monitoring. This is, again, obstruction of justice. That's the whole purpose right here. He's going to federal prison. That's P.O.C. I'm going to upload. This is relevant to what the Ontario Police Department are doing. Monitoring me, and so are the people of the state. Okay, that's the entity that is doing it under the fake moon, and they're doing it while they are trying to obstruct publishing on the venue of the internet. That's a federal offense that they engaged in. Like I stated, the Ontario Police are engaged in gang stalking. Those are the demons that have already committed attempted murder as an entity, and they're gang stalking with the intent to commit murder while they are hostile to the evidence being uploaded onto the venue of the internet. That's why they just engaged in what is surrounding with light activity in the environment. It affects the communication devices, and they're engaged in federal stalking on what is the venue of the internet, the Starbucks Wi-Fi. Okay, this is where criminal conduct monitoring is underway. This is, again, the disbanding of the Ontario Police. They just engaged in real-time monitoring on communication devices with the people of the state, doing so while I am uploading it onto the venue of the internet in order to interfere with that. And that's why you have this failure here. I'm going to do my third attempt of uploading it while the Ontario Police are the city of Ontario that's gang stalking is engaged in monitoring on the internet, seeking to obstruct publishing evidence. I'm going to publish it, and you're also witnessing the very pattern of conduct that's putting all the gang stalking police officers of the Ontario Police in federal prison. This is P.O.C. It's currently 11:42 p.m.